Actually, I can send her a text now. Was it the past week? That's going to bite me in the ass. It's middle of the night. Welcome to another episode of your favorite podcast, Sucias. I'm Gallo. This week's episode is for the ladies. A few days ago, I was having a conversation with a female acquaintance, and she was telling me about some issues she was having with a guy that she's dating, that she's seeing now, and the whole back and forth that they're going through, whether it's a dating, whether it's a situationship, whether it's just fuck buddies. She doesn't know where they are, where they stand, and she's afraid to ask them, hey, what are we? Because usually that scares guys off. And I didn't have an answer for her because every situation is unique. It's hard to tell where a guy's intentions are, despite what he says, because guys generally say one thing and mean another in reaction to what women say and what women usually... I'm not trying to make anyone sound bad. Let's clear that up. Generally, women say one thing, mean another, not because they're trying to be deceptive. It's more of they hope that a guy understands what they mean, that they hope that a guy can read their mind, anticipate what they really want. For example, another acquaintance that is female, she was complaining about the fact that she had to tell her husband to buy her flowers for no reason at all and for special occasions. She thought because she told her husband when they first started dating that she liked flowers was enough for him to know and understand that she wanted him to buy her flowers on special occasions and for no reason at all, just to make her feel special. Years had gone by. By the time I'd met her, they were already married. And it stood out to me because trying to find some validation or an excuse to divorce her husband, that anybody who listened to her would tell her, oh no, yeah, your husband's a horrible husband. You deserve better. You should go out and find it. Cheat on him, forget him, divorce him, whatever. All these other things. These are, of course, other women offering these suggestions. I kick back, just listen. I'm just a referee hanging out at the after party having this conversation or hearing this conversation. They all turn to me. So, what do you think? And of course, the social pressure or the expectation was that I would agree, oh no, yeah, you're right. Coming from a guy, you should totally cheat on your husband. That was the impression I got, or at least the looks I got from my answer were not what they expected to hear. So my answer was, okay, you want him to make you feel special by bringing you flowers. Have you used your words and told him that?
Well, no.
Okay, so how do you expect him to know if you don't use your words and tell him?
Well, he should.
No. It's not about what he should know. Do you know what he likes? Do you know what makes him feel better?
Well, I cook him desserts.
Has he told you he likes desserts? Or does he just eat the desserts you make because I might as well, or I might hurt her feelings? Do you know that he enjoys those desserts? Is that his favorite dessert that you make him? Whatever it was.
Well, he has a sweet tooth.
You expect him to know that you want flowers for no reason, and you assume that he enjoys the desserts you make him. Have you ever asked him what his favorite dessert was and gone out of your way to make it for him?
No.
So then how can you expect him to go out of his way to give you flowers if you've never used your words? If he doesn't know what you like or what you want, because what you like and what you want can be two different things. I love to play basketball. I want to be an NBA star, but I'm only 6'1". Plus at that time I was already in my 30s, so it was already too late for me. They're distinct things, like, want, and need. And if you don't voice them, your partner's never going to know. And the next guy you date or whoever you try to fuck, probably not going to know that. They probably won't even care about that because all they want is for you to be on your knees. And of course, all the other females there were very upset that I was talking down to this skater. Some of the other women were like, oh yeah, that kind of makes sense. But they weren't in the majority, so they kind of kept it to themselves. The other skaters were very combative about what I had to say and essentially complained that I'm just a man. I don't understand. Why am I not on her side? And if I knew what I was talking about, why don't I have a wife or why don't I have a happy, successful relationship? Which my response was, there's not a woman that I found yet. Did I? I think I'd started dating my wife then, but we weren't monogamous. We were just seeing each other every other weekend or whenever we could because we both lived. I was in Houston, she was in San Antonio. But their point was, how can I be an authority on successful or happy relationships if I don't have one? My response was essentially, I've actually had a happy, successful relationship, but I screwed it up because I cheated all the time. My wife, my first wife, actually both my wives, were very doting, caring, traditional gender roles. They were very Stepford wife-ish towards me. And I really had no reason to cheat on my first wife other than me being young and dumb. But anyways, I didn't go into all of that with them. I just explained to them, yeah, I had a successful relationship. I cheated. I was an asshole. And now I'm single. And now I'm trying to find what I had because I know what a good relationship is and what it looks like, which is an exaggeration because I was going through therapy at that time. So I understood what I should have done and how I could have fixed my first marriage, but it was already too late for that. So now that story kind of coincides with my friend in Texas. It's about her relationship and about her problems, that she doesn't know what he wants, what he needs, and what they are. And so instead of asking, hey, what are we? And all this kind of came together along with Palm Royale. It's a TV show that I recently got suckered into, more of a few recommendations from people that I trust. I prefer recommendations from friends, real friends, not just acquaintances. Like whatever you would call Facebook friends, those type of people that are just friends within a social circle of people that you know. Man, because acquaintances sounds too distant. Friends sounds too close. Something in between. We need to figure out that term. People I have cell phone numbers to and text, but I mean, I guess they would be welcome if they came all the way out to Reno to see me. But I don't know their birthdays. Like without social media, I wouldn't know their birthdays. Yeah. Is that a good metric? I don't know. You tell me, what do you think is a good metric to tell the difference between a friend? You have a best friend. A best friend's one. You can't have multiple besties. You have a best friend. You have close friends, and then everyone else that you know. Like whatever that, we'll figure out. We'll work together on that. So shoot me a message. You can get in touch with me, sucias.xyz, any way you want. Fuck, where was I? Damn it. Oh, yeah, Palm Royale. So I'm watching Palm Royale. I'm on episode 5 or 6. There's a moment where a rich man, comes from a wealthy family, and it comes out that he was engaged to another woman that was from also the same social circle or from wealthy people, wealthy families, that was kind of organized. And now they realize that it would have been a loveless marriage. And he's explaining why he loves his current wife, who aspires to be rich and aspires to be part of the haves instead of the have-nots. At any rate, he's explaining why he loves his wife. And his explanation was kind of simple, that she makes him feel like he can do anything. And that fucking what's the word? Like I feel it in my heart. Like I resonated. I mean, it's close. The word escapes me right now. I felt it. Like it hit hard. It was a reminder. It was a bunch of things, because my wife that passed away, she made me feel like I could do anything. Both my wives. Well, my first wife, early on, all the crap that I did, it became less and less. She was just the housewife. But early on in our relationship and early on in our marriage, and my second wife made me feel like I could do anything. And my second wife really was a cheerleader for me. Sometimes she'd wear an outfit. It wasn't a cheerleading outfit, but it was kind of like a schoolgirlish outfit, and would cheerlead for me just for fun. But the way we lived our lives, she made me feel like I could do anything. If I said I'm going to try something, she told me, no, you can do it. I believe in you. You're going to do it. You're awesome. Other times it would be more cheerleader-esque. Other times it'd be like, fuck yeah, you are. Simple. It just depended on the situation. There's no way to bring up the conversation or the question of what are we? Most guys don't want to have that conversation because it's very direct. While we, men in general, are okay with directness and bluntness, we know that women generally are not. If you ask us, hey, what are we? We can't say, oh, we're just fuck buddies. I don't want to date you. Your X, Y, and Z qualities I don't want in a girlfriend, but you're good enough to fuck. We cannot say that. But if you really, you ladies, you listener, If you really want a guy to change from being a fuck buddy to a guy that wants to focus on you and wants to be in a relationship with you, be a cheerleader for him. Make him feel like he can do anything in the world. Make him feel like he's a king. Now, that should be reciprocated. It's not going to be immediate. It's going to take a while for him to realize, oh shit, she is special. She is treating me better than all these other women I'm fucking or all these other women I'm talking to. When a guy realizes that, his behavior towards you should change and should be more of a courtship, not just hanging out with you and talking to you just long enough for you to drop your panties. If he's ready for it too. That's another aspect of it. If he just wants to fuck around, he'll just take you for granted. You should figure out how long you're willing to be a cheerleader for him before you decide, you know what, I'm giving too much of myself. He's taking me for granted. That's a case-by-case basis. That's up to you. I'll send her a message explaining the same thing because I didn't know how to answer the question for her until I saw the show or this episode and had this epiphany. And I decided, you know what? I should talk about it just for you. As always, I love you. You're worthy of it. Till next time, besos.